Hello, everyone. One moment, one moment. This needs to go here. Yes. Oh, there we go. Wonderful sound. Yes. Let's go over here to Twitter. Oh, I forgot to post the link. Like a dumbass. Hello. Okay. Now let's see. Oh, here we go. I just have to jump on Facebook real fast. Facebook, yes. Thank you all for waiting so kindly with me. I don't care that the content is not available. Oh, more people are joining me. Yes. We're waiting. Come now. There we go. Posted in all my channels. Why, hello. I mean, yes, I am a skeleton. We're gonna do it like this, though. Really go for it. But today's first reading, yes, the very first reading, is brought to us by Neil Gaiman. It is Click Clack, the Rattle Bag. And I might put on an affect in my voice to read this one. But here we go. Before you take me up to bed, will you tell me a story? Do you actually need me to take you up to bed? I asked the boy. He thought for a moment, then, with intense seriousness, yes, actually, I think you do, because, well, I finished my homework, and so it's my bedtime, and I'm a bit scared. Not very scared, just a bit, but it is a very big house, and lots of times the lights don't work, and it's sort of dark. I reached over and tousled his hair. Oh, I can understand that. It's a very big old house, he nodded. We were in the kitchen, where it was light and warm, and I put down my magazine on the kitchen table. What kind of story would you like me to tell you? Hmm, well, he said thoughtfully, I don't think it should be too scary. No, because then, when I go to bed, I just think about monsters the whole time. But if it isn't just a little bit scary, well, then I won't be interested. And you make up scary stories, don't you? I know she says that you do. She exaggerates. I mean, I write stories, yes. Nothing's been published yet, though I read a lot of different kinds of stories. But do you write scary stories? Yeah. The boy looked up at me from his shadows by the door, where he was waiting. Do you know any stories about Click Clack the Rattlebag? I don't think so. Oh, those are the best stories. Do they tell them at school? Sometimes. What's a Click Clack the Rattlebag story? He was a precocious child and was unimpressed by his sister's boyfriend's ignorance. You could see it in his face. Everybody knows them. I don't, I said, trying not to smile. He looked at me as he was trying to decide whether or not I was pulling his leg, and he said, I think maybe you should take me up to my bedroom, and then you can tell me a story before I go to sleep. But not a very scary story because I'll be up in my room then, and it's actually a bit dark up there, too. I said, shall I leave a note for your sister, telling her where we are? You can, but you'll hear when they get back. The front door is very slamming. And he walked out of the warm and cozy kitchen into the hallway of the big house where it was chilly and drafty and dark. I flicked the light switch, but nothing happened. Oh, the bulb's gone, the boy said. That always happens. Our eyes adjusted to the shadows. The moon was almost full, and blue-white moonlight shone through the high windows on the staircase down into the hall. We'll be all right, I said. Yeah, said the boy soberly. I'm very glad you're here. He seemed less precocious now. His hand found mine, and he held onto my fingers comfortably, trustfully, as if he'd known me all his life. I felt responsible and adult. I didn't know if the feeling I had for a sister, who was my girlfriend, was love or not, but I liked that the child treated me as one of the family. I felt like his big brother. And I stood taller, and there was something unsettling about that empty house. I would not have admitted it for words. The stairs creaked beneath the threadbare stair carpet. Click clack, said the boy, are the best monsters ever. Are they from television? I don't think so. I don't think many people know where they come from. They mostly just come from the dark. Well, that's a good place for a monster to come from. Yeah. We walked along the upper corridor in the shadows, walking from patch of moonlight to patch of moonlight. It really was a big house. I wish I had a flashlight. They come from the dark, said the boy, holding onto my hand. I think probably they're made of dark, and they come in when you don't pay attention. That's when they come in. And then they take you back to their, not nests, no. What's a word for nests, but not? House? No, it's not a house. Lair? Right. So they take people back who don't pay attention. They take them back to their lair. And what do they do then? Your monsters. Do they suck the blood out of you like vampires? He snorted. Oh, no, vampires don't suck all the blood out of you. They only drink a little just to keep them going and, flying around. Click clacks. Click clacks are much scarier than vampires. Well, I'm not scared of vampires, I told him. Me neither. I'm not scared of vampires either. Do you want to know what click clacks do? They drink you, said the boy. Like a Coke? Coke is very bad for you, said the boy. If you put a tooth in Coke, in the morning it will be dissolved into nothing. That's how bad Coke is for you. And that's why you must always clean your teeth every night. I'd heard the Coke story too as a boy, and had been told as an adult that it wasn't true. It was certain that the lie which promoted dental hygiene was a good lie, and, well, I let it pass. Click-clacks drink you, said the boy. First they bite you, and then you go all ishy inside, and your meat and all your brains and everything except your bones and skin turn into a wet, milkshakey stuff, and then the click-clack sucks you out through the holes where your eyes used to be. Well, that's disgusting, I told him. Did you make that up? We reached the last flight of stairs all the way in the big house. No, he said. I can't believe you kids make this stuff up. Oh, you didn't ask me about the rattlebag, he said. Oh, right. What's the rattlebag? Well, he said sagely, soberly, a small voice from the darkness beside me. Once you're just bones and skin, they hang you up on a hook, and you rattle in the wind. So what do these rattlebacks look like? Even as I asked him, I wished I could take the question back and leave it unasked. I thought huge, spidery creatures like the one in the shower that morning. I'm afraid of spiders. I was relieved when the boy said, they look like what you aren't expecting, what you aren't paying attention to. We were climbing wooden steps now. I held onto the railing on my left, held his hand with my right, and walked beside me. It smelled like dust and old wood and high in the house. The boy's tread was certain, though even though the moonlight was scarce. Do you know what story you're going to tell me to put me to bed? He asked. It doesn't actually have to be scary. Oh, no, not really. Well, maybe you could tell me about this evening. Tell me what you did. Well, that won't make much for a story to you. My girlfriend just moved into a new place on the edge of town. She inherited it from her aunt or something. It's a big and old, and I'm going to spend the first night with her tonight. So I've been waiting for her for an hour or so for her and her housemates to come back with the wine and Indian food. See, said the boy. That was a precocious amusement. It was that precocious amusement again. But all kids can be insufferable sometimes when they think they know something you don't. It's probably good for them. You don't know that, but you don't think. You just let your brain fill in the gaps. He pushed open the door to the attic room. It was perfectly dark now, but the opening door disturbed the air, and I heard things rattle gently like dry bones in thin bags in the slight wind. Click, clack, click, clack, like that. I would have pulled away then, if I could, but small, firm fingers pulled me forward, unrelentingly, into the dark. Click, clack. The rattlebag. I will return with one more story for the evening.